this world where fear is king. Now, fear doesn't have to be in your face. It can be really subtle. Like a little whisper in your ear. And your mind might not pick it up, but your subconscious does. It's constantly being fed fear. An endless diet of fear. All these codes and regulations that you have to obey for fear of punishment. You walk down the street, the high street, and there's signs everywhere, warning this, red sign that. Red signs, root chakra, low energy, subliminal programming, and it's constantly being fed into you. When you become conscious of these things, they have no effect anymore. But if you're not conscious of it, then your subconscious mind is being raped. Continually raped. That's why she is the whore of Babylon. Because she's getting fucked by everything. You clean your house, you go within, the energy rises, it illuminates the subconscious mind. The Prince of Consciousness kisses Sleeping Beauty and wakes her up. And then she influences Adam, the enlightened mind. And then you begin to see and hear. It's really that simple. And one of the things in the truth community, whatever the fuck that is, always going on about the Illuminati, evil. Are they? Really? Illuminati. Light. Illuminated. Illuminati, illuminated eye, the all-seeing eye, the pineal, the eye of providence. What's evil about that? You've all got one. It is the seat of your consciousness. It's referred to in the Torah as Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, which means the source from where all light flows. Jesus spoke about it. Matthew 6:22. Let thine eye be single, and your body will fill with light. But if your eye is not single, your body will fill with darkness. And how deep is that darkness? Black Lives Matter, folks. That's why I make videos. For those that haven't found the light within, their lives are blackened. It's time to stop pandering to fear. It's time to start looking into the darkness to overcome it with the light that is in you. It's there. If it wasn't there, you would be underground, 6 foot under. 6, the number of man. 6 is the chakra before the crown chakra, the 7th. 7 being the number of perfection. And on the 7th day, God rested. Your brain, it rests. Don't think you know everything. Don't think you know everything. That's why Jesus said, take no thoughts. Meditation. Discernment. Setting apart the mind. I've done videos about this. Everything I'm saying here is not new. Fear. You've got to overcome that. You will not be able to fly without overcoming fear. A bird up in a nest in a tree. It's got its wings, its feathers are developed. Its parents, they've reduced the amount of food it's getting. It's got to leave the nest. It's got to leave behind what it thinks it knows. It's got to take a leap into the unknown. It's got to learn to fly, and it does it fearlessly. Have you seen those chicks that fall down the cliff? Fucking hell, man. Talk about a leap of faith. Anyway, they're quite fat, but lots of feathers, they're fine. Fear of the unknown. How can you fear what's not known? You don't know it, so how can you fear it? That's an oxymoron. No fear. What was that saying? I think it was Oscar Wilde. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Very true statement. If fear is stopping you looking at something, then that's what you need to look at. What's wrong with being or having an illuminated eye? What's wrong with that? Have you seen that artist, Donald Glover? He's quite an accomplished young man, isn't he? And he's on the world stage, and he was wearing that rather plush jacket on some red carpet event, and on the back of the jacket was a big golden all-seeing eye. And then he made the pose with his fingers, the 6 and the 9. If the 6 was a 9, 9 is God consciousness. Don't think you know everything. Illuminati. What is so evil about that? Ask yourselves. I'm not interested in your answer. I already know. What about you? Ask yourselves. Why are you being taught to fear the unknown? What don't they want you to know? And I've said it before in other videos. It's about being known. If you're known, you're known. This is why that character Jesus said, "Get away from me. I do not know you." Am I getting this in? Is it sinking in? There's plenty of those channels out there on YouTube and brand new tube and fuck knows what tube. And they're, that's Illuminati. Illuminati confirmed. Shut up. Stop it. Fear. Fear belongs to the mob. I don't see any mob. Sure you do. They're all queuing up, receiving gifts in the form of promises of peace and security and other such thorns in the side, all driven by fear. And they disguise it with vacuous virtue signaling. This is about taking responsibility for yourself as an individual and really start to possess what you are looking at and what you are taking inside you. If something's making you fearful, why? Get over it. Explore it. Jump into it. That's part of the process of losing your shit. Fear, it's shit. Lose it. there is a mass campaign. Society, culture, globally is experiencing mass psychosis. And because everyone's experiencing mass psychosis, it's the new normal. When everyone's in psychosis, it's normal. Insane. That Jim Morrison song, which song was it? Was it This Is the End? I can't remember. I'll have to look it up again. In a Roman wilderness of pain, all the children are insane. The Apostle Paul was a Roman. Ego, suffering, pain, misery. Get it? Do you remember when you was a little kid and somebody said to you, don't do that? And when they weren't looking, you did it. Why? Because you didn't like being told what to do and what not to do. Because you was free. You was fearless. Is it any wonder that Jesus said, be like a child? And at the same time, the Apostle Paul said, it's time to put away childish things. Ah, the juxtaposition of the two. Like chalk and cheese, oil and water. So pick a side. What's it going to be? The Apostle Paul or Jesus? The Apostle Paul, of course, is just your lowly and little consciousness. That is what you are attempting to overcome, because it has created an illusion. It is your own personal Wizard of Oz. WhatsApp was down yesterday, Facebook was down. The grand solar minimum of the sun is slowly coming to an end. The sun is waking up. But don't be too worried or concerned about the sun in the sky. What about the sun in here? The S-O-N. The Son of God, the illuminated mind. When the individual, the enlightened mind, realizes who it truly is. And don't get all your knickers in a twist, ladies. When I said it's the Son of God, it doesn't mean it has anything to do with genitalia. It's the enlightened mind is the higher mind, which is one and the same with the supreme mind. Probably next year, activity on this planet will be ramping up. More earthquakes, more floods. These are all the result of electromagnetic phenomenon. The sun is electromagnetic, and this has been going on since the year 2000. In 2001, 9/11, the Twin Towers falling. Samson was blinded and he had all his hair cut off. He'd lost all his strength, and he asked God for one request. He said, I'm in the Philistine camp, I'm surrounded by the Philistines. Grant me one wish. Give me my strength back. So God granted him his wish, gave him his strength back. And he stood between the two pillars, Yakim and Boaz. And he pushed. and the pillars fell, and the roof caved in, and the Philistines on the roof and the Philistines inside the building, they all got killed. And Samson died as well. A worthy death of a worthy warrior. Of course, it's just a story, but it's got symbolic meaning. As the Twin Towers, symbolic meaning. 2 towers fall, collapsing. So it's 1 year after 2000. So that's the first year. We'll add another 32 years to that. 2033. From 2000. The sun has cycles of 11 years. We've now transitioning from the first 2 cycles, which is 1111. For all of you people that have been seeing 1111 and wondering what it means, you might start being able to put it together. And of course, the final 11-year phase, 11-11-11, 33. Ringing any bells yet? So the duality collapses. The 2 become 1. The biblical marriage. The Apostle Paul said, oh, they all think with one mind. And he starts accusing them as well. He calls them liars, thieves, homosexuals. But these are all people that have overcome their own Wizard of Oz. They've risen above it. They're not in duality. They are now in one mind. At one meant. Atonement. At one meant. At one mind. That's what, they've got that. What do they call it now? The One World Freedom Tower. To be free. And it's expressed in their rituals. Of course, they're doing it for themselves. It's all a secret. Shh. But some of us can see and hear. So we're back to the Illuminati. Illuminated eye. None of this is complicated. And it's about people overcoming their fears. All your fears have been programmed into you. None of them are really yours. It's all shit you've inherited. Fear of getting run over by a truck or a train, that's perfectly irrational. I'm talking about the subliminal stuff. The fear of authority, for one. That's a good start. Start questioning authority. Do it politely. There's no need to start fights for no reason. But ask them, what authority are you acting on? They have to furnish you with an answer. Start to grow, people. And as you grow within, it starts to go out. And strange things happen. Good things. Puzzling things. And in time, the mind catches on. And then you'll realise that your journey started much further back. Those of you that have had the illumination experience, I know there are some of you, you will recognise that your journey started long ago. I was asked about past lives. I've seen different faces in meditation passing before me. This might sound bad actually, but I was a bit nonplussed about it. I'm not particularly nostalgic. I'm busy enough with this life. Why would I want to go back and revisit those lives? Does that make sense to you? Nostalgia has passed its prime. And that's a great lyric from the Stiff Little Fingers. And it's the song's called Answering Machine. Beep, beep, I'm an answering machine. Look it up. It's got some good riffs. Anyway, that was a blast from the past as well. So that is actually a bit of nostalgia. Yeah, but past lives, who wants to delve into that shit? Because it's about something new. If your mind is in fear, you won't see what's put in front of you. You won't see, you'll see the symbolism, and your mind will shut down because of fear. You get past that, you see a lot more.